They say family will always be there for you. But when you hit 60, reality hits harder. Kids get busy, friends drift away, and suddenly, the people you thought would always stand by you, don't. The calls get fewer, visits become rare, and you start to wonder, who can you really count on? Here's the truth no one talks about. After 60, your strongest support system is not your family. It's these 5 pillars. And if you don't build them now, you could find yourself facing the hardest years of your life, completely alone. Think about it. How many elderly people have children but still feel lonely? How many spent their whole lives sacrificing for family, only to end up neglected when they needed help the most? It's heartbreaking, but it's also preventable. Because if you start building these 5 pillars today, you won't have to beg for anyone's time, attention, or help. You'll have security, independence, and peace of mind, no matter what life throws at you. Let's dive in. 1. Health. Imagine waking up in a body that no longer listens to you. Simple tasks, getting out of bed, walking to the kitchen, even lifting a spoon, become struggles. You feel trapped inside yourself, completely dependent on others. No amount of money, no loving family member, and no well-intended sympathy can truly replace the strength and independence that come with good health. That's why this is the first and most important pillar. Without health, everything else loses value. The ability to enjoy life, spend time with loved ones, and experience new things all depends on how well you take care of your body today. The best part? It's never too late to start. Every small step you take toward a healthier lifestyle adds up. Simple choices, like swapping out processed food for real, nutritious meals, drinking more water, and getting proper sleep, can transform your energy levels. Exercise doesn't have to mean running marathons. A short daily walk, some light stretching, or even dancing to your favorite music can keep your body moving. The key is consistency. Because the moment you stop using your muscles, your body starts to break down. And once that happens, getting back on track becomes much harder. Regular checkups are another lifesaver. Many serious health problems start small, silent, unnoticed. A routine blood test could reveal an issue before it becomes life-threatening. A simple eye exam might prevent blindness. Catching problems early gives you a fighting chance. The people who live strong, happy lives into their 70s and 80s? They didn't get lucky. They made their health a priority. They chose to treat their bodies with care, and in return, their bodies carried them through life with strength and dignity. 2. Money. Money changes everything. When you have it, you feel secure. You have choices. You don't have to beg, rely on others, or hope that someone takes care of you. But when you don't, life becomes unpredictable, even frightening. Medical bills pile up, basic needs become stressful, and worst of all, you start to feel like a burden. And relying on family? That's a gamble. Not because they don't care, but because they have their own lives, struggles, and expenses. The last thing you want is to feel like a financial weight on someone else. The solution isn't to be rich, it's to be prepared. Do you have savings that can last you another 20 or 30 years? Have you considered passive income options, like rental properties, small investments, or even part-time work that keeps you active while bringing in money? Even if it's something small, having your own source of income makes a huge difference. It gives you freedom. You decide how to live, where to go, and what to do. You never have to wait for someone else's permission or charity. And then, there's the darker side of money, scams. Older adults are the biggest targets for financial fraud. Scammers know that many seniors aren't tech-savvy or might be easily tricked into handing over money. That's why it's important to be aware. Never share financial information over the phone. Always double-check before making payments. And most importantly, trust no one blindly, because when it comes to money, even the people closest to you can sometimes take advantage. Financial independence is the difference between living with dignity or feeling helpless. And in your later years, dignity is priceless. 3. Friendships. You might have family, but do you have real friends? The kind of friends you can call at any hour, who actually listen and understand what you're going through. Friends who don't just visit out of obligation but want to spend time with you? Too many people assume that family will always fill this role. But the truth is, your children and relatives have their own busy lives. They might love you, but they can't always be there the way a close friend can. That's why building deep, meaningful friendships is needed. Because, in the long run, these are the relationships that bring joy, laughter, and a true sense of belonging. One of the biggest mistakes people over 60 make is isolating themselves. They think, I don't need friends, I have my kids. But as time passes, they find themselves spending long days alone. Maybe the kids moved to another city, got married, or are caught up with work and their own children. Slowly, the house becomes quieter, and the phone rings less. This is when loneliness sets in. And loneliness isn't just an emotional problem, it's a health risk. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness is as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases stress, weakens the immune system, and even shortens life expectancy. Therefore, it's never too late to build strong friendships. Reconnect with old friends before it's too late. Call that childhood buddy, that former coworker, or that neighbor you always got along with. Join groups, clubs, or social communities where you can meet like-minded people, whether it's a book club, a fitness group, or even an online community. The key is to stay engaged with life. Go out for coffee, take a walk with a friend, or simply have a chat over the phone. The happiest seniors are the ones who built strong friendships outside of their family. Because in the end, friendship isn't just about companionship, it's about having people who remind you that you are seen, valued, and never alone. 4. Purpose. Retirement sounds like a dream. No work, no deadlines, no stress. But after the first few months of relaxation, something unexpected happens. You wake up one morning and realize you have nothing to do. No responsibilities, no reason to get out of bed, no sense of urgency or importance. And that's when depression creeps in. Without a sense of purpose, the days blur into each other. The energy fades. And suddenly, life feels empty. It's not the body that ages first, it's the mind. And the moment your mind believes you have no purpose, everything else starts to decline. The happiest, most fulfilled people over 60 have something that excites them. It doesn't have to be a full-time job, but it has to be meaningful. Volunteering is a great way to find purpose. It gives you a reason to wake up and help others. Maybe it's working with children, assisting in a hospital, or even just reading to people in need. You'd be surprised how much a simple act of kindness can do for your own happiness. And if volunteering isn't your thing, start a small business or a side hustle. It could be selling homemade crafts, writing a book, or even tutoring young students. Not only does it keep your brain active, but it also adds a sense of financial security. And then there's learning. The brain needs challenges to stay sharp. Learn a new language, take up painting, try playing a musical instrument. It's not about becoming an expert, it's about keeping your mind engaged and curious. The key is simple, find something that brings excitement into your daily life. Because when you have a purpose, you don't just exist, you live. And that's the real secret to a happy, meaningful life after 60. 5. Spiritual and mental strength. When you're young, it's easy to escape life's problems. You stay busy with work, family, and responsibilities, pushing aside thoughts of aging, loss, and uncertainty. But as you grow older, distractions fade, and reality becomes clearer. You start facing loss, the loss of loved ones, the loss of youth, and sometimes even the loss of physical independence. These moments can be incredibly difficult, leaving you feeling helpless or alone. That's why your mental and spiritual strength becomes your greatest weapon. It's what helps you navigate these challenges with grace, resilience, and peace. Without it, even the best circumstances can feel empty. With it, even the hardest times become bearable. So, how do you strengthen your mind and spirit? First, by learning to control your thoughts. Life will never be perfect, but your mindset determines how you experience it. Do you focus on what you've lost, or do you appreciate what you still have? Do you dwell on regrets, or do you find joy in the present moment? Training your mind to focus on gratitude, positivity, and hope makes a massive difference. Meditation, journaling, or even daily affirmations can rewire your brain to see life with a sense of purpose rather than fear. The strongest people in old age aren't the ones who had an easy life, they're the ones who refuse to let hardships break them. Spiritual strength, whether through faith, meditation, or a belief in something greater than yourself, also plays a key role. When things go wrong, do you crumble, or do you find inner peace knowing that life still holds meaning? Faith, in any form, gives you hope. It reminds you that you are not alone and that every season, good or bad, has a purpose. Some find comfort in prayer, others in connecting with nature, and some in simply trusting that each day brings new opportunities. Whatever it is, having a strong spiritual foundation can be the difference between living in fear and living with peace. Because at the end of the day, your mindset shapes your reality, and a strong mind and spirit can make every moment, no matter how difficult, feel worthwhile. 5. Self-respect. As you grow older, the world might start treating you differently. People may assume you're weak, slow, or no longer important. And if you're not careful, you might start believing it. But here's the truth, your worth does not decrease with age. In fact, this stage of life should be your most confident, self-assured, and fulfilling chapter. Why? Because you've lived, learned, and grown. You carry wisdom that younger generations desperately need. But none of that matters if you don't respect yourself first. Self-respect starts with how you treat yourself. Do you still take care of your appearance, wear clothes that make you feel good, and carry yourself with confidence? Or have you let yourself go, believing that it doesn't matter anymore? It does matter. The way you dress, walk, and speak sends a message to the world, and to yourself. Take pride in how you present yourself, because confidence is ageless. Another key to self-respect? Setting boundaries. Just because you're older doesn't mean people get to walk all over you. If someone disrespects you, speak up. If you don't want to do something, say no. Your time and energy are just as valuable now as they were in your younger years. Finally, never let anyone make you feel like you're too old to try something new. Whether it's dating, traveling, or starting a new passion, the only opinion that matters is yours. Society might try to put limits on you, but you get to decide how you live. The people who age the best? They never stop believing in themselves. They carry themselves with pride. And most importantly, they never let age define their worth. So, if you're over 60, or even getting close, take a moment to reflect. Are you actively building these 5 pillars, or are you assuming that family will always be there to catch you when you fall? It's comforting to think that our loved ones will always put us first, but the reality is, life doesn't work that way. Children grow up and get busy with their own families. Friends move away or drift apart. And as time passes, the people you once depended on may not be able to support you the way they once did. That's why it's so important to build a foundation that you control, one that doesn't rely on the changing circumstances of others. Because the truth is, family is important, but they are not guaranteed. Even with the best intentions, life pulls people in different directions. Priorities shift, responsibilities grow, and sometimes, even the most well-meaning family members just can't be there when you need them most. But if you invest in yourself, in your health, so your body stays strong, in your finances, so you never feel like a burden, in your friendships, so you're never lonely, in your purpose, so you always have a reason to wake up, and in your inner strength, so you can handle life's challenges with grace, you will never feel lost, forgotten, or helpless. Instead, you will thrive, no matter what life brings your way. Imagine waking up each morning with energy, confidence, and peace of mind, knowing that you are in control of your own happiness. That you have the strength to face anything. That you are not just surviving, you are living. And that's a life worth fighting for. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Of these 5 pillars, which do you think is the most important? Let me know in the comments below. And if this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because it's never too late to start building a life that is strong, independent, and truly fulfilling.